Hello and welcome to all our viewers in Nigeria and around the world to Midday News on Global Television. Coming to you live from the nation's capital, Abuja. I am Ramsey Enoch. A quick reminder that Global Television is on DSTV channel 365 and Star Times channel 276. You can download the Global TV Nigeria mobile app for Android and iOS devices to keep track of our broadcast. President Bola Tinubu has appointed a former chairman of the Independent National Electoral Commission, that is, Professor Atahiru Jega, as special advisor and coordinator of the presidential livestock reform. President Bola Tinubu's special advisor on information and strategy, Bayo Onanuga, stated in a statement that President Tinubu announced the appointment, hoping to drive meaningful progress in the livestock sector and further strengthen national development efforts. Jega, a former vice-chancellor of Bayero University, co-chaired the Presidential Livestock Committee with President Tinubu. The Federal Ministry of Women Affairs has officially flagged off the 2025 International Women's Day celebration with a strong call for bold and decisive action to advance gender equality in Nigeria. The Honorable Minister, Iman Suleiman Ibrahim, made this known during a media briefing in Abuja. Our correspondent, Queen Agaba, reports.
With this year's theme, Accelerate Action, the minister emphasized the need to break barriers, close gender gaps, and empower women and girls to take their rightful place in society. Acknowledging Nigeria's progress in enacting gender-responsive laws, she noted that full implementation remains a challenge.
In the last assembly, the 9th assembly, we had 9 senators out of 109. In the 10th assembly, we have 4. There's a decline. So I think it's a wake-up call. Sometimes you have to come down to go up.
The minister highlighted key areas requiring urgent attention, including economic empowerment, gender-based violence, and women's political representation, further revealing that under the Nigeria for Women project scale-up, the ministry aims to support at least 4.5 million women nationwide. She also decried the rising cases of gender-based violence, referencing recent tragic incidents across the country.
As part of an agenda for this administration, we will see that the president appointed an essay on women's health, because we know that women have health issues. Our ultimate goal around the health, health and the health sector for women is to have 6 specialist hospitals for women and children.
Meanwhile, she commended President Bola Ahmed Tinubu for increasing the ministry's budget for the first time, describing it as a landmark step towards institutionalizing women's empowerment. She's also set to lead Nigeria's delegation to the UN Commission on the Status of Women, where she will showcase the country's progress and forge stronger global partnerships for gender justice. The ministry says it remains dedicated to fostering a more inclusive and equitable society for Nigerian women and girls. For Global Television, Queen Agaba reporting.
The federal government says it will intervene in the leadership crisis of the National Assembly after the suspension of the senator representing Kogi Central Senatorial District, Natasha Akpoti-Odoahan. He comments came barely 24 hours after the 10th Senate suspended Natasha for 6 months. The lawmaker had submitted a petition alleging she had been sexually harassed by the Senate President, Godswill Akpabio. Following the commencement of the Ramadan fast, price of dates and other ingredients essential in preparing Ramadan meals have continued to fluctuate in Kano State. Global Television correspondent Ibrahim Idris visited the city's largest dates market in Kofa Wamba and now reports.
Salah season is here again. Abakiri and many other traders in Kantunkwari textile markets have been waiting for this moment. This year business is brisk and more good news awaits. We are happy this year the price has come down and more people are coming here from different parts of the country to buy textile materials. For nearly 3 decades, Razina Sani has been coming here to buy Sallah textile materials for her children. She says this year the price is affordable. I have been coming to Kwari since when I was 7 years old. I can tell you that this year is different. Textile materials are not expensive like before. Over the last couple of years, however, chemically imported fabrics from China and other countries of the world seems to have replaced local textile industries in Kano. Traders say the price would have been more cheaper. Assuming our local textile industries are operating, no one will dare complain of price increase. But now we have to import from China. Despite these disturbing challenges, people across Nigeria and beyond have continued to troop for their Sallah textile materials, largely due to reduction in Nigeria's inflation rate. From Kano, Idris Jibrin reporting for Global Television News.
Kurmi Market in Kano State is well known as the place to find merchants of chabi, a tool used by the Muslims to count supplications, especially during Ramadan. Global TV correspondent Idris Jibril examined the trade as the demand for chabi increased among Muslims in Kano State.
Inside this 15th century Kurmi Market in Kano, brand of this simple but essential tool for counting supplication are coupled and sold. For traders here, the improvement in the trade has recently led to significant reduction in price of charbi. You see, over the years we have been doing the trade of charbi in this market, and there are so many people who are benefiting from this trade. Our children, you can see we have different varieties of charbi in this market, and so many people are benefiting from this trade. They are making a living out of it. As central to spiritual life of Muslims, charbi comes in different forms, from the traditional hand counters to the high-tech digital devices or finger counter.
It's from many countries, from Egypt, Oman, Qatar, Iran, China, Saudi, India, Pakistan. Almost 10 countries, they are producing charbi.
Traders say the growing number of young entrepreneurs has led to a significant price reduction this year.
A lot of people, they are using charbi, they are working on it, and they are selling. Even if you go to the road, you see any junction, any danger, you can see some people with charbi. They are selling by pieces. It's our people. They need help us. They want the government to help us, to help them, because before, if you have 5,000 naira, you can sell charbi. But this time around, because of something, so many things is increased. So even 50,000 cannot enough for you.
As old as Kano City itself, Kurmi Market has continued to remain a place where culture and tradition binds together among Muslim faithfuls in northern Nigeria. From Kano, Idris Jibrin reporting for Global Television News.
The National Broadcasting Commission says no fewer than 262 broadcast violations relating to politics and personality attacks were recorded in Kano State between January and February 2025. The Kano State coordinator of the commission, Malam Adamu Salihu, stated this during a meeting with media house heads convened by Kano State Commissioner for Information, Ibrahim Waya. According to a statement issued by the Director of Internal Affairs, Ministry of Information, Yusman Bello Salihu, decried the upward trend in broadcast violation, stressing the need for urgent action to promote responsible broadcasting practices in the state. The decision by the former northern states Kebbi, Katsina, Bauchi and Kano to close schools for the Ramadan period has continued to spark criticism, with education stakeholders raising concern over the impact on students. While the 4 states shut down schools for 5 weeks, Governor Umar Namadi of Jigawa State reduced the official working hours for civil servants to 6 hours. The Supreme Council for Sharia in Nigeria urged Zamfara, Sokoto, Jigawa and other states to adopt similar measures. In a statement signed by the Secretary General, Nafiu Baba Ahmed, the council insisted that the governors have the full authority to determine school schedules. It said the closure indicated that the government prioritized students' well-being amid extreme heat conditions. The Jigawa State Governor Umar Namadi has reaffirmed his administration's plan to partner with the Northwest Development Commission to address poverty and sustain the region's development. The governor made the pledge when he received the leadership of the NWDC led by its chairman, Lawal Abdullahi, on a courtesy call at the governor's house, Duse, the Jigawa state capital. According to Namadi, the partnership between the state government and the NWDC is crucial in addressing the developmental challenges facing the region. You're watching the live broadcast of the Midday News. When the Midday News returns, 6 died, hundreds evacuated in Argentina floods. Where we have those details from the world of foreign and as well as more stories from business and sports segments for you right after this break.
Do you know that global television can be watched in Nigeria and all over the world?
Download the Global TV Nigerian mobile app for Android and iOS devices to watch global television real-time from around the world. What are you waiting for?
Start downloading and stay connected to global television.
The second part of the news broadcast returns with business, where Imo State Command of the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps, that is NSCDC, has affirmed its commitment to safeguarding farmers as the new farming season begins. Commandant Basil Igwe made this pledge during a security awareness event organized for the farmers across the state. Our correspondent Amarachi Ibe reports.
With farming activities set to commence, the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps is intensifying efforts to curb security threats such as kidnapping, farmland destruction, and farmer-herder conflicts. Speaking at the event, Commandant Igwebeze assured farmers that the Corps is fully prepared to address these challenges.
The farmers, because of their activities and the engagement of their profession, some of them have been killed in the farms by people that indulge in organ harvesting. Some of them have been kidnapped. Some of them have been attacked by herders with their cattle. Some of them have met one disaster or the other, and they decided that, oh, these people have cried enough. So that is the essence of this ceremony.
Some traditional rulers present at the event raised concerns over the increasing threats to farmers. They urged the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps to strengthen its security measures to ensure safer farming communities.
This is the menace that the local people are, the women, they are demonstrating and crying every day. So if you can do this for us, I think we shall be eternally thankful to you people.
And we discovered the farm we had, over 100 hectares planted, were ravaged by herdsmen.
Meanwhile, the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps Commandant also issued a stern warning against pipeline vandalism, emphasizing that the Corps will not tolerate any act of sabotage against critical national infrastructure.
It is no longer business as usual. So I urge the citizens, the residents, to avail the Corps of actionable intelligence on the activities of these vandals or illegal oil dealers, so that the full weight of the law will be shifted to apprehending them and then making them to bear the brunt of their illegality.
With this assurance, Farmers in Imo State can look forward to a safer planting season. The Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps says it will continue to collaborate with stakeholders to protect lives and properties across the state. In Owerri, Amarachi Ibe reports
says it will slap tariff on Canadian products, including rapeseed oil and pork, after a Beijing probe into levies imposed by Ottawa on Chinese goods last year. Beijing's Commerce Ministry said it will hit imported rapeseed oil cakes, and peas from Canada with a 100% tariff. Aquatic products and pork will face a 25% levy, Beijing says. The measures will come into effect on March 20. And now on the foreign scene, the Ukraine's country's emergency service says Russia's strike overnight had killed at least 12 people in eastern Ukraine as of Saturday morning, days ahead of talks in Saudi Arabia between U.S. and Ukrainian negotiators aimed at a truce. A Russian assault hit the center of Dnipropetrovsk in Ukrainian's Donetsk region separately. The Kharkiv region military head Oleg Sengobov says one person was killed in a drone attack and 7 others wounded early Saturday in the city of Volgodokhiv. 6 people died and hundreds were evacuated in the Argentine port city of Bahia Blanca as torrential rain flooded homes and hospitals, destroyed roads, and forced authorities to curb power. 8 hours of non-stop rain left the city of 350,000 people largely underwater and forced authorities to evacuate the Jospena hospital. Images showed medical personnel evacuating babies from the hospital's neonatal unit, and the army was deployed to assist in rescue efforts. And now from the world of sport, Mansour Lawal, the elder brother of Abubakar Lawal, the Nigerian player who tragically died in Uganda last month, has pleaded with the Nigerian government and Ugandan authorities to investigate the player's death for the sake of justice. Lawal's death was announced by his football club and the Ugandan police, with initial reports suggesting he died in a motorcycle accident, before the police said in a statement that he allegedly fell from the balcony of a shopping mall in Kampala, the Ugandan capital, where visiting a Tanzanian friend. The 29-year-old was buried in his home state in Sokoto. He was also honored by his club Vipers SC fans on Sunday. Unbeaten Nigerian boxer Idris Babamasi has been selected to feature in the 5 ever Boxing World Cup schedule to take place in Saudi Arabia in April. The knockout specialist, who holds a perfect professional record of 7-0-0 with 6 knockouts, will represent Nigeria at the WBC Riyadh Season Boxing Grand Prix, a tournament designed to discover and showcase the next generation of boxing superstars. The competition will feature 128 athletes from 41 participating countries, with 32 boxers competing in each of the 4 weight divisions: featherweight, super lightweight, middleweight, and heavyweight. And that's it on Midday News. A quick reminder that Global TV is on DSTV channel 365, on Star Times channel 276, and free to air on Nicomsat. Kindly follow us across all social media platforms now showing on your screen using @Global TV NG. You can download the Global TV Nigerian app for Android and iOS devices to keep track of our broadcast. I am Ramsey Enoch. Thank you for watching.
know that Global Television can be watched in Nigeria and all over the world?
Download the Global TV Nigerian mobile app for Android and iOS devices to watch Global Television real-time from around the world. What are you waiting for?
Start downloading and stay connected to Global Television.